UFC Paris. We are rooting for Benoit Saint-Denis, and Benoit Saint-Denis will choke out Mauricio Ruffy. Just wanted to get this out of the way. Anyways, what's up guys, Danawhitescousin here. If you're watching this, you probably already know me from my Instagram page. As you can see, I finally decided to start a YouTube channel. I've been planning to do this for a long time. I want to keep this introduction short, so anything regarding the future of this channel I will talk about at the end of the video. If you're interested, feel free to stay until the end. Yeah, UFC Paris. I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get a Cyril Gane versus some obese heavyweight fight announcement, because that meant that Gane is getting a title shot. It is what it is. We still have a couple of bangers on there. We have Imavov versus Borralho. We have BSD versus Ruffy. We have a couple of newcomers. So yeah, I'm hyped, and let's jump straight into the predictions. First fight, already someone who's making his debut. We have Patricio Pitbull versus Keita. I watched a bit of tape on Keita. He seems to be a very young, explosive and powerful striker. Like mostly throws singular strike, moves a lot, has very good movement, kind of stalks his opponent, goes forward. What we can see is there is a very big experience gap, obviously. Pitbull is 38 years old, has faced the best of the best, while Keita is still relatively new to this game. He is a favorite, and he is way younger. The problem with Pitbull is that he's 38 years old, and he's crazy active. He debuted less than 5 months ago, and this will be his third fight, and I don't know if you can keep up this pace at that age, to be honest, especially if you're fighting guys like Keita who are very young, very hungry. Keita will be moving down for this fight. I believe his last couple of fights were at lightweight. This one will be at featherweight, which makes sense because he wasn't very big for a lightweight. I watched his last fight and it looked like the guy was like 2 weight classes above him, so yeah. How I see this fight going, I think Keita has very good movement. I think Keita is more of a volume fighter in comparison to Pitbull, because Pitbull mostly stands in the center of the octagon and waits for something to happen, while Keita moves a lot, throws sometimes, powerful strikes. Yeah, not that many combinations, but still goes forward. I think Keita outworks him, to be honest. I think Keita wins the decision. One problem I have with this pick is that Keita seems to be very open after entering the pocket. He does get hit when he exits, and Pitbull has very good timing, so he could potentially catch him. And I haven't seen that much from Keita's grappling. He seems to have good takedown defense, 100%, and he seems to be good enough to get back to his feet, but it's still Pitbull who's an elite grappler, so that may also be like a little bit of a concern of mine. I would still say Keita wins this. I'm not sure about this at all. I have it like 60-40 maybe in Keita's advantage. Yeah, let's see how this one plays out. My pick, Keita by decision, just outworks Pitbull. Next fight, Axel Sola versus McKee. Axel Sola also making his debut. I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't have time to look at footage from Axel Sola, so I'm kinda doing this one blind. I do know things about McKee. He was cut from the UFC, he got re-signed. He did look very good in his last fight against Daniel Franza, but before that, I'm gonna be real, I don't think he was UFC caliber, and I don't know, he's just like one of those guys that clinches a lot, doesn't really have like a finishing threat. Yeah, okay, last fight he looked good, but I don't think that this is I think the UFC knows what they're doing here. I think this will be a Alex Sola victory. This will either be like a complete fraud check where we just see that Sola is not on UFC level and McKee destroys him, or it's exactly the other way around where we see, okay, Alex Sola is the real deal and he destroys McKee. I don't think there will be any like close decision or anything. I think this will be very dominant from one of the sides, because as I already said, I haven't seen anything from Sola yet, but I think the UFC knows what they're doing. I think they know that they're putting this French new guy on the Paris card, and I think he will win. As I managed to see, he's like a wrestler who relies on like ground and pound. So my prediction for this one is Alex Sola wins by ground and pound TKO in round 2, I would say. Because McKee is fairly tough, so I would say TKO round 2. Next fight, Oki versus Jones. I'm a big Mason Jones fan, straight away. I think his fighting style is very entertaining. I think he's a very, very good fighter. A little bit overlooked as well. For those who have seen Mason Jones versus Jeremy Stevens, this is how he fights. Loves to trade, is still technical with it. Very good grappler as well. He is the favorite in this matchup, which I understand. I think he should be. Oki is good too, but the thing with Oki is he has good movement, he goes very good to the body, but he sometimes make questionable decisions, where he, for example, is like outstriking someone and then just randomly decides to like march forward, chin wide open, and just throws overhands. I have no idea why. Or like the takedowns against Chris Duncan, I don't know what the game plan was, to be honest. I think Mason Jones, I think he will just do more. He can trade with Oki. He can out-grapple Oki on the ground. I think this will be a fight of the night, to be honest. I think these guys will put on a show. Jones, in general, will be the better fighter. He will have more success on the feet, more success with the grappling. I don't think he finishes Oki. I do think he wins 30-27. It will be competitive. It will be close. Like, I think the first 2 rounds definitely go to Jones. The last round could be a little bit harder because I don't know if his cardio can hold up for all these volume strikes and all of the grappling he does. Especially with Oki, with his body shots, he's very good with these. And these can wear on him like in the last round. However, I think the first 2 rounds he definitely wins, and the last round, I don't know, maybe will be a close one, but I think he will get the unanimous decision. Next fight, Paul Craig versus Bukauskas. This is where the fun begins, ladies and gentlemen. Bro, Paul Craig hit Bellator so hard that he had a stroke, bro. I don't think he was faking it. I know a lot of people think that was a fake reaction. However, I don't see it because Bellator, he was winning the fight. I think he looked fairly comfortable on the feet. He wasn't in much danger on the ground. I don't see why he would fake it, even though it looked like a fake reaction. I don't think it was. So, I don't know, fight me in the comments, I guess, but that's my take on it. Also, Paul Craig is the Big Ank nightmare. As many of you know, he has submitted Big Ank before. So, will he submit Bukauskas? I don't think so. Bukauskas is a pretty good striker. He can kind of control the distance, I feel like, against Paul Craig. Just kind of point fight, be at kicking range, hit a couple of good strikes, deny the takedowns. I think he's a way too solid fighter to get submitted, like fluke submitted by Paul Craig. Craig always had trouble getting the fight to the ground, and this will probably be the case here as well. I think Bukauskas just wins by decision. He outpoints him. Or another possibility would be that Bukauskas TKOs him in like the last round if Paul Craig gets too desperate. But I think it will be a decision. So this is my take on this fight. Moving on, and this is the people's main event, I feel like. Benoit Saint-Denis, Benoit GOAT Denis versus Ruffy. Benoit Saint-Denis should be like a minus 500 favorite in my opinion. Okay, bro, I gotta stop with this. I think I rage baited way too many people with this already. I do think BSD has a big chance of actually out-grappling Ruffy because we haven't seen that much grappling from Ruffy. And we have seen that BSD is very good as a grappler. He had the back against Dustin a couple of times. His last fight was very good. Against Moicano, not so much, but if Moicano's on top of you, what are you going to do, Ruffy's timing and power are a very, very big problem against Saint-Denis because Saint-Denis oftentimes just rushes in with his chin open, just trying to land kicks, overhands. Ruffy might catch him. I'm gonna be real with you. Will he? I'm not very sure about this. Because I feel like we also have to consider that Ruffy hasn't fought the best competition yet. He has fought Jamie Mullarkey, he has fought James Yontop. I mean, what can I say about this? He did KO Bobby Green, which is pretty good, obviously. But is that enough to make me comfortable to say he will win against Saint-Denis? I'm not sure. Benoit Saint-Denis has fought good competition in the UFC. People forget that. Yeah, I mean, his last fight obviously wasn't against like the best fighter. But before that, I mean, he was doing well against Dustin. He KO'd Frivola. He did good against Thiago Moises. So before putting money on Ruffy, I would definitely recommend you to wait. The odds aren't amazing. And yeah, to my official prediction, if there would be like a gun to my head, I have to predict I would take Ruffy. But this is my first video, there is no gun to my head, so I'm picking BSD, fuck it, why not? Yeah, I mean, let's just see on Saturday, maybe this will be a very good take. As I said, this is not unrealistic. BSD submission. And now we have the main event. And this is actually a fight where I actually say I don't agree with the odds, because I do think, or I thought Imavov was like a minus 250 favorite. I just think he's way better in like striking. The fight won't go to the ground. Imavov is too strong on the feet. A better wrestler too than Borralho. Borralho just had like a weight cut, like fucking 3 weeks ago. So how do you expect him to perform at his best? He has to do another weight cut now, has to travel again to Paris. To be honest, I don't see Borralho being a threat to Imavov in any situation. Not in the grappling, not in the stand-up, not cardio-wise. I think Imavov is just way better. I don't think the fight will go to the ground. I think he's a better striker, way better kickboxer. Yeah, I don't agree with the odds at all. I don't like Caio Borralho, I'm gonna be real with you. I think every time he talks, he just makes himself more unlikable. Like these fake rumors with Khamzat Chimaev, that he tweeted that like Ben Askren died. Okay, that's like a normal mistake, maybe it happens. But then he just blamed the other people who criticized him for it, instead of saying, yeah, I made a mistake. I don't like him, to be honest. I think Imavov wins this fight fairly comfortably. I think he knocks him out probably. He will start flowing in like round 2, I think he will start, and get the TKO by round 3. This is how I see it going. Bro, I can already smell the angry Fighting Nerds fans in the comments. Understandably so, to be honest. Yeah, these were my predictions. Please feel free to comment your predictions, and also your feedback on this video would be highly appreciated. Whether it's positive, whether it's negative, I will read every comment 100%. Yeah, about the future of this channel, I will, as you can see, mostly do like predictions, just like topics where I can talk about any like takes on news, maybe best of every division, best strikers of every division, or something like this. You will get it. You will get it once I upload the videos. I would be very happy if you subscribe, if you comment, if you leave a like, if you leave feedback, as I already said. Yeah, thank you guys for the support on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you stayed until now, this is amazing. Thank you. Yeah, let's see what the future brings, and let's hope we have a fun UFC Paris card. See you guys next time.